Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the Assembly, Senate Bill 2001 is our budget. This is the budget for the Legislative Council and Legislative Assembly. And I will go through some of the changes here that were made with the amendments approved on the 6th order. If you look on the bill itself, the total enhancements for this bill are $3.586 million. The changes which we've made, if you go through the bill, section number 6 of the bill deals with the compensation for legislators. This is the increase for our compensation for each calendar day of the session and also our monthly compensation. Section 7 of the bill also deals with the compensation increase for legislators. Section 8 of the bill deals with the lodging reimbursement for our time here when we are in session. This would be an increase to 75% of the daily lodging reimbursement using the GSA formula. It also includes a provision for retroactive application during this session. We had dealt with this in a separate bill. That bill did not pass in the Senate. However, we are adding this information, and we will have a discussion with the Senate about this to see if we can come to some concurrence on that issue. Section 11 of the bill, there is additional language dealing with hosting of dignitaries. Right now, when there are people from out of state here, the leadership basically has to pay out of pocket to provide any items for any dignitaries or people coming into the state. We thought it was important that we add language that allows them to provide something to these people as they visit the state of North Dakota. And if you read the language, it does not fall under the clause in the Constitution dealing with gifting. There is also legislative intent language dealing with the recording of audio and video in the committee meetings. There has been discussion about this, and this intent language says that it is the intent of the 63rd Legislative Assembly to not proceed with implementing at this time. There is also a language added dealing with implementing a limited bill analysis report pilot project to provide bill analysis. And what this is, in other states, and I had an example here, the state of Washington, for example, puts together a simple 2-page analysis of bills that legislators can use, and also it's available on the website for the general public. It gives a brief summary of the bill and kind of some of the background of it. And we thought it was important to maybe try this as a pilot project with maybe a couple of committees next session where we can get this additional information out to the public when we do our deliberations, perhaps using interns and others to provide this limited bill analysis. So the changes to the bill, the other change made is the number of FTEs. We added 3 additional fiscal analyst positions. Right now we are dealing with a much increased budget, as we all know. Our legislative staff does a great job, but they do have a lot of demands put on them, especially the fiscal analysts, and we thought it was important to add these additional positions to help us better track where our dollars are and how we are spending them. So that change is made. There is also an addition for connectivity for legislators dealing with devices such as wireless for internet access, and there's a reduction in the audio-video funding since we are not going to go forward with some of those changes. Also, there is money added, $25,000 in the operating expense to provide money for legislators to attend the Energy Producing States Coalition. This is a group which deals with energy issues. Since our state is now leading the nation in energy production, we felt it was important to add this. With that, Mr. Speaker, members of the Assembly, this is our budget. We have given it a due pass recommendations from your Appropriations Committee. We would ask for your support, and I would be happy to answer any questions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the House has before it for final consideration Senate Bill 2001. The clerk will open the key and you can record your vote. Has every member voted? Do any members wish to change their vote? Key will be closed, and the clerk will take the record. The final votes are 68, 33 nay, 1 absent, not voting. Senate Bill 201 is declared passed, and the emergency clause failed. House will be on the 17th order for announcements. Representative Porter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Conference Committee on